And there's the skyline of Tampa, Florida, known for the beaches, the nightlife. Well, that's on Friday and Saturday night. It is Wednesday night. That means next door in Plant City, it is all about the fights here on ProBox TV. And Robert Meriwether III will set us off versus Victor Lopez. Both of them undefeated, 5-0. Meriwether III from the Mayweather camp in Las Vegas, one of the hottest prospects in the sport. Next, we have 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. Tsendbaatar Erdenebat, 2-time Olympian, looking to make it 3 this summer in Paris. But first, he wants to run his pro record to 10-0 at the expense of the very experienced Puerto Rican Alberto Mercado. And in the heavyweight division, both of these fighters just over 200 pounds. That's where the similarities end. Fernely Feliz Jr., a decorated amateur, fast, accurate, likes to work from the outside. His opponent, Cesar Navarro from Mexico, wants to get inside and make it a heavyweight brawl. And in our main event of the evening, Robbie Davies Jr. from the UK won every title there. European champion, British champion, Commonwealth champion, looking to make his name in the US versus Sergey Lipinets, a former world champion at 140 pounds. He has taken on the best of the best. Welcome inside the ProBox TV Event Center. Jimmy Smith alongside Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi. Chris, it's hard enough to come back from an injury and a knockout, right? Both at the same time. That is exactly what Robbie Davies Jr. is trying to do in his U.S. debut. Yeah, and he's doing it against a very tough guy in Sergey Lipinets, former world champion, someone who's been world class for a very long time. One of those guys you got to look past the numbers. But Davies understands the position he's in. He knows coming off a couple tough fights, his past couple fights, he had a great breakout win against Hank Lundy, who's normally super tough. Blasts him out in 2 rounds. Next, he struggles against a very tough Carlos Molina. Then he has that freak accident that you said. Breaks his ankle in the 2nd round in his last fight. Has been recovering from that. Said he's been running marathons to prepare himself, keep himself at the weight. He looked fantastic at the weigh-in yesterday. He knows this is a do-or-die type fight. Yeah, when you look at Lipinets, Mikey Garcia, right? Boots Ennis, some of the best in the world at 140 and 147. He's taken on great names in his first 20 fights. Yeah, he did. You know, he kind of got put right in there. He comes from the world of kickboxing, so the champ right here can understand that. But he comes in, got thrown right in, ends up becoming a world champion. Has got a big resume. I think went over Lamont Peterson as well. You know, so he's had ups and downs at a world-class level, but he has shown he belonged at world-class level. At 37 years of age, the trick now is to see how much he has left. Kind of taking a step down to the European level here against Davies, but at 37 years old, if you're going to take this step down, you don't really have that kind of patience. Your body doesn't really want to stick around too long, much longer, so you want to really get this kind of win and get yourself back to one last big shot. And also coming down in weight, doing that, you know, advanced stage is tough. Yeah, exactly. He's coming down to 140 from 147. Not easy to do as you get older. Yeah, but one thing, Chris, you talked about is Lipinets can hit. And that might be the key to this, because the criticism, of course, was Davies Jr. a little flat-footed. He's there for a brawl. Yeah, I mean, we spoke about, you know, how tough that Lipinets has been in, but listen, he still has world-class power. That's the last thing to go. So even though you mentioned his age, he's coming down in weight, so hopefully he carries that power back down. I mean, he's a big puncher. There's a wild card, though. How much have you weakened yourself to get back down to 140? He was always a bigger puncher at 140 than he was at 147. Right. But how much do you have left at 140, draining yourself back down? You haven't made 40 in a while, and then now you're kind of campaigning back at 40. I understand the mindset of it, because it was a weight class where you fit better, but sometimes your body doesn't want to cooperate. Let's see tonight how he feels. Well, when you look at this fight in the main event, it's also about the nerves of coming in from the UK. You can say Commonwealth champion, British champion. There's nothing like your debut in the US. How about that mentally for Robbie Davies Jr.? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. He came in very early, which was smart. He brought some sparring partners. He's been training right here at the facility. I think he came in like 5 or 6 or even 7. Actually, no, 7 days early. I spoke to his new coach, Anthony Corolla, former world champion. Very tough fighter. You know, excellent opportunity for him here. I think he understands where he's at and what it means to be here. He's going to come out here and perform. When you look at it, Paulie, you said typical European when it comes to Davies. Hands high, but the movement isn't there. He wants to come and fight. Yeah, the technique will be there. You know what I mean? From Europe, when we talk about a typical European fighter, what do you think? We think of maybe not a lot of power, but technique. Obviously, some guys, especially Western Europeans, you know, he's being from England. Of course, there are guys that make an exception to the rule. Nassim Ahmed was certainly one of those guys. But nonetheless, Davies has that resume where the next level up is a world champion. So you get, even though Lipinets is a little bit past it, you win against an ex-world champion,
it gives you that kind of momentum to want to be able to make that last big run. It's probably a must-win, do or die for both guys tonight.
When you look at this main event, it might be a game of inches with fighters who are this experienced. When you look at somebody who's been in the ring, once again, we talk about Mikey Garcia, we talk about Lamont Peterson, we talk about the competition he has faced. It is a game of inches. That's what we're looking to see in the main event. Two guys looking for redemption, looking for a bounce-back fight. But it isn't just tonight. We've got some great fights coming up this month. Check them out.
Wednesday night fights on ProBox TV. Evenly matched fights, 50-50. If you're looking for competitive matchups, every other Wednesday night fights on ProBox TV.
Join Chris, Paulie, and myself ringside every other Wednesday on ProBox TV.
Dynamite action on Wednesday night fights every other Wednesday on your boxing channel, ProBox TV.
On the next Wednesday night fights, May 22nd, Batarjan Jukambayev once again returns to ProBox TV to face Ivan El Terrible Redcat. And in the co-main, Brazilian knockout artist Jonathon Maximo Cardoso against California's Adam Blue Nose Lopez. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City. Get your tickets at ProBoxTV.com or take your chances at the door. Wednesday night fights.
Welcome back inside the ProBox TV Event Center. Jimmy Smith, Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi might get a little bit of a late start today. Let me explain why. Earlier tonight in the welterweight division, Terrence Williams taking on Jonathon Ariel Sosa. Terrence Williams 5-0. Of course, a power puncher, very, very strong. The way it works with the commission is you have an ambulance that has to be on site at all times. Unfortunately, if there's a bad knockout, if there's an injury, that ambulance leaves, takes the person to the hospital. You have to wait till they come back in order to start the fight. That's exactly what we saw earlier today. A knockout puncher doing what he does best in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's safety first. You have to have an ambulance on staff, so we understand that, you know, standing by is the right thing to do, and that's what we're doing. So now we have a chance to actually see the fight.
We're going to take a look at it. We came in after the fight had happened, so we're all seeing it for the first time, but it was vicious. It was brutal. Here it is. This is the fight we had earlier on. Jim Sorensen going to get us started.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, there is no flash photography this evening. Please, for the fighter's safety, no flash photography and no videotaping of tonight's event. Now, are you ready for some action? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this first bout underway tonight. This first bout is 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Your judges for this fight: Brian Gary, Joe Ware, and Joanne Richard. And the third man in the ring is your referee, Michael DeJesus. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing the blue trunks. He weighed in at 147.4 pounds. He's a veteran of 25 professional fights with 4 big wins by knockout. From San Martin, Buenos Aires, Argentina, give it up for Jonathon "Johnny" Sosa. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the royal blue trunks with gold and white trim, he weighed in at 147 pounds. He is undefeated in his young career. His record: 5 wins, no losses, with 4 wins by knockout. Representing Newport Richey, Florida, your hometown boy, Terrence T. Willie Williams.
I told you everything is locked in. No expect. But I want to get it. Just going to be wanted like by 2 more.
You'll have to wonder who's going to get the crowd support tonight. All around us, blue shirts that say Team T. Willie. Very, very popular. Terrence Williams bringing him tonight for his 6th pro fight.
Yeah, we've had him on our air recently, a couple months ago, excuse me, and he looked fantastic.
And wasted no time meeting in the center of the ring. And both these gentlemen fight like it's a 1-round fight.
Williams is at the point in his career where he wants to impress every time he gets out there. You know, when you're a prospect, it's not just about winning, it's about separating yourself from the rest of the pack. And there's a lot of prospects on the come up, and they get separated little by little, depending on not only wins and losses, but also the performances they have against their respective opponents.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of a rabbit punch here.
Yeah, and you see Sosa complaining about a rabbit punch, which that makes you wonder, you know, if this maybe affect him a little bit. He continued, he's complaining about this rabbit punch. You know, we saw Williams was a little bit excited, throwing punches everywhere. Sosa also was a little bit guilty of kind of bending down that way. But, you know, you could see Williams a little bit bothered by the rabbit punch. And I wonder if this ended up...
a little bit of a premonition.
Yeah, maybe coming back, maybe never recovering fully from this shot here.
You get those shots behind that, sometimes they can crick your neck and kind of throw you off, especially in terms of taking punches later on.
Yeah, you want a good neck, don't start grappling or boxing. That's the rule of thumb right there. Good combination so far from Williams.
I like how Williams is going to the body with both hands and then coming back upstairs. Big right hand there, caught Williams. It exchanges. Bang, good double left hook, body head.
And Williams is going to have to, I think, work on that as his career progresses. Throwing everything so hard, it can come back to bite you against better, more durable opposition. It can make you pay. Right now, you know, you can see he's got solid fundamentals, hands high, good balance, and all that.
Ooh. Oh, what a left hook! And that is it in round number 1.
Bad knockout.
Yikes, that's a
Stiff knockout. Jonathon Ariel Sosa out more than cold, gentlemen.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about maybe with the rabbit punch we were complaining about before. Looks bad, but the solid left hook thrown from Williams.
And we have received word that he is okay. He's been ambulanced out of here, and it's because of these punches. We see the rabbit punch in the beginning, but that was just the start of it.
Yeah, and really, it was a little bit his fault as well, as he kind of bent down a little bit and, you know, kind of exposed the back of his head. Williams is doing what he's supposed to do, which is, you know, throw shots anywhere he can.
Oh,
that double left hook is really, really powerful.
Yeah, he made that look a little different because he was throwing the double left hook, but he's going body head. That time he just went head.
Yeah.
You know, he made good contact on the first shot and then just went right back to it.
Yeah,
boom,
and the spring
bang.
on the second one. You see the spring, he recoils on that first one. That first one was kind of like a touch, and then the recoil brings more momentum.
A nice reversibility using his core. Nice shot.
He was gotten up, he was seated, he was taken to the hospital for observation. They say he is doing well, able to leave under his own power. We talk about fighter safety, but our next fighters are ready to go. That's right, we continue here at ProBox TV. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to ProBox TV. That's right, Tsendbaatar Erdenebat versus Alberto Mercado. Both of them in the ring already and ready to go. Multiple-time Olympian looking for another one. Look at the age, 27 years old, right in his physical prime. Alberto Mercado at 36. Both of them weighed in at 137. Don't let that fool you. Erdenebat stocky, strong. You see the reach advantage for Mercado.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on ProBox TV with an 8-round fight in the super lightweight division. Your judges for this fight, Joanne Richard, Jacob Rust Sr., and Brian Gary. And the third man in the ring is your referee, Michael DeJesus. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the black and red trunks. He weighed in at 137 pounds. His record, 17 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw with 4 wins by knockout. From Humacao, Puerto Rico, bienvenido Alberto Transformer Mercado. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black and orange trunks. He also weighed in at 137 pounds. He is undefeated. His record, 9 wins, no losses, with 4 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, by way of Tsendbaatar, Mongolia. Returning to the ProBox ring, this is Tsendbaatar
tackle and in the corner, no one expects. Touch gloves if you want to. If not, go back to the corner. Touch gloves if you want to. Todo aguante si quiere.
As you see them square off, that's why I said throw 137 out the windows. Coaches said that Erdenebat last week was 142 pounds. He's just not big for this weight class. And we run a little bit, we step right on the scale. See the size disparity comes to Mercado as we start round number 1.
Two southpaws there getting in there. See Erdenebat very popular in his native Mongolia. We're getting super chats from Mongolia saying, go champ, send the hero.
Well, he looked phenomenal on our air last time out. Fought very, very solid guy and looked really good. And, you know, just showed a lot of game.
And Mohamed Samaro, so much bigger. Right, and yet it seemed as though Erdenebat didn't have any trouble walking in, throwing big punches, especially close.
No, he showed a lot of physical strength in that fight, and Tsendbaatar was a guy who's been known for being physically strong, and it was in his weight class, and Erdenebat was still in control.
And Erdenebat, if you guys remember, is the alleged guy that hurt Ryan Garcia's rib with that body shot in camp when Ryan was preparing for Gervonta Davis.
Erdenebat, the body snatcher here.
You can see he goes he puts some mustard behind those body shots.
We saw one early on. He threw a nice right hook to the backside of Mercado to start this round. Great understanding of the ring, Erdenebat. You can see right there with the head movement, the way he was trying to cut Mercado off as he was sliding with the looping shots, and then just stepped so deftly out of range to make him miss.
Two-time Olympian, he's got those fundamentals that you get in the amateurs, right? You go into the pros and your fundamentals are sound, very sound fundamentals, great targeting. Goes after the body very, very well.
Mercado doing something very interesting, moving into the power hand of Erdenebat, and maybe not used to fighting another southpaw, moving into that power left hand.
That's the thing, Champ, you know, and we know that southpaws are something nobody sees often, not even southpaws themselves.
Right. Yeah, most righties don't know how to fight southpaws. Most southpaws don't know how to fight southpaws.
Unless you're boxing with the Cuban national team, you're not seeing a lot of southpaws.
Yeah, I was looking for that overhand.
You see a good level change from Erdenebat there. Drops with a jab to the stomach, and then the left hand over the top.
A little bit right hand that might have stunned Mercado for a moment.
You can see the class in Erdenebat. He's just very calm and you know, cerebral in there. You know, two-time Olympian. I believe he won a silver medal last time out. Just you know, a ton of experience there. You can see in his calmness there.
He said he's looking to go to the Olympic trials in 3 weeks. This time representing the United States.
Yeah, he
adopted country, yeah.
Well, he said he's going back, actually. His trainer was telling me yesterday he's going back to Thailand to try to qualify out of Asia.
Asian Games, yeah.
Asian Games, yeah. Nice little hook there. But now, and then the reason we're saying that is because now the Olympics allow pros to go into the Olympics. You know,
which until a few years ago wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
Try to watch that elbow there, Erdenebat.
Yeah, look at that strength on the inside, flinging Mercado off of him.
Erdenebat with that sly smile there after he made a miss.
He seems like he's got a lot of personality, too, when he fights. He shows it off. We saw that in the Tsendbaatar fight as well.
So far, he has been the boss in round number 1, but Mercado not giving up his ground.
Focus, you understand? Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Now listen, hey. That body, he's keeping his hands up really good, but his body is open to the sides, okay? I'm not using
Erdenebat in his corner. That stocky build, and this is how he's using it so far in the fight.
And just to your point, Champ, like he's never in a rush, Erdenebat. He's walking forward, picking his spots there. You saw that using that physical strength, using that forearm to push Mercado right into the ropes. And then use some head movement there, slid out.
Yeah, see level changes even with his feints.
Chris, you're a kickboxer. You know what a Muay Thai elbow looks like?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like that, by the way.
And those are very, very dangerous, mind you. He's got to be careful with that. I'm surprised the ref, because he did it more than once in that round.
Two southpaws going at it. See Erdenebat in the black and orange, Mercado in the red and black. Mercado firing back, though. He's not been intimidated by the strength of Erdenebat so far. He's been in it.
Man, Mercado's been in tough his whole career. Very, very solid guy. He's gone the rounds with really good fighters. I think he only got stopped the very first time, either in his last fight or the fight before. But he's he's no slouch.
Yeah, his 17-6 record is earned. It's not just one of those randomly half-padded records. He's been in tough. Good double hook there by Erdenebat. I mean, you wonder if Erdenebat is naturally right-handed, man. He whips those right hooks in there.
I'm curious to see him in his real weight class. Like, he's fighting at, 140 his last fight, 37. Here, he's probably a 30-pounder.
Yeah, he probably could make 30. And again, talking to his coach yesterday, he was telling me that, they probably could make 30 if the opportunity was right.
I'm curious where they're going to go for the Olympics. And what it would be, 132? I know the weight classes change every once in a while. Nice head movement.
Rule of thumb, by the way, in combat sports, if the weight cut isn't tough, you're in the wrong weight class.
Yeah. I always believe that, too.
Also, and for me, like, I wanted to feel stressed before the fight. I wanted to be hungry, both literally and figuratively. I wanted to be hungry fight week. When I was fighting at 47, I didn't have to struggle at all, and I think that actually hurt my performance. Part of getting into that dark place to go into a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, nice try there. Just missed. Good right hook. Seemed to stagger Mercado.
It's funny, knowing that Erdenebat has to go to Thailand for the Asian Games and the Olympic trials next month. It's almost like he's on, like, half gear right now. It's like he won't turn it up a notch. He's almost conserving himself. Maybe he doesn't want to get cut. It's almost like you can see the different level that he's on. He's just kind of just coasting here, and he's trying to load up a big shot and get this fight over with.
Talk about a good shot. You talk about his patience. He's fighting very patient. I may have hurt the eye of Mercado. He's pawing at it.
Yeah, what was that? Look, right to the eye socket. Look at a nice knuckle shot or possibly a thumb, but that was a good punch.
Beautiful right hook over the top. Money punch for the southpaw.
Ooh, good well-placed shots here from Erdenebat. And Champ, we mentioned earlier how he's not in a rush. I meant that as both a positive and a negative, because I saw that in the Tsendbaatar fight. It's not just here that he's getting ready for the games. He was like that in that fight too. He could have stepped on the gas a lot more than he did.
Yeah, it seemed like he was in control throughout that fight. Once again, facing a big guy, strong guy.
And sometimes guys are so talented, they almost take it for granted,
Yeah. Talent can be a curse.
But you guys bear it well, and I want you to know that.
I don't know. I think we were two guys who made up for some of that lack of physical gifts with some other things.
10 segundos, 10 seconds.
Erdenebat coming in round number 2, throwing some big punches.
Very, very easy. I want you to stay down. Empezando siempre esa mano cuando tú lo molestas. Véalo y súbelo. Cámbiasela.
Welcome back to ProBox TV. This is our main event. Robbie Davies Jr., Commonwealth champion, British champion, European champion. Sergey Lipinets, world champion at 140 pounds, looking to bounce back in his career. But look at Erdenebat. We talked about the power punches. They were on display, especially with that hook.
That was a thumb. That was, you could see the corner of the glove, the way he threw it. He didn't turn the punch over. It was more like a slapping shot, and the thumb got into that eye crease there. Those can be really tough when you get a edge of a glove in the eye socket there.
Guys, the comment section is full of Mongolians. They're up. I don't know what time it is over there, but they're all over the place.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
There's a super chat from Odu Sek saying, knock him out, Sendi. I mean, it's just all support for Erdenebat. Just go. And again, I was
love seeing that.
I was talking to his trainer. He has massive support in Mongolia. I mean, he's a national hero as an athlete out there.
That's fantastic. Well, hello, Thailand. Thanks for tuning in.
Mongolia,
excuse me.
But he'll be in Thailand competing next month.
You know what it is, because Jimmy brought up the Thai elbow earlier.
Mongolia. Have a lot of Asian countries here. He is Mongolian, two-time Olympian.
All right, now I got to throw 20 bucks in the bin. I made my mistake tonight.
Somebody's walking away rich. Now, from Mercado, Paulie, what would you like to see at this point? He hasn't really been able to keep Erdenebat off him with the power punches. More jabs, a little bit more foot movement?
Yeah, just the fundamentals. Maybe don't fall in with the jab. Use your feints. Maybe even change your level. You can feint with your feet as well. You can see he feels so confused, and he's trying a lot harder than Erdenebat, but he's having a tenth of the success.
Yeah. I would like him to aim his punches a little bit lower, because Erdenebat has such a slippery head movement. Aim for the collarbone, aim for the shoulders. Try and just make some contact, because Erdenebat is doing so well at getting underneath and outside the range of these punches. That's better. That's right there. That jab right there. Even though you're touching gloves, touch something. Good body work from Mercado. Both hands digging down low.
Now, Paulie, how difficult is it going to be? I'm very curious about this. He wants to make the Olympics later on, obviously, during the summer. Is it a different style than the pros to go back and forth in styles?
That's the interesting thing, because you can see he whips in good shots and snappy, hard shots. But you wonder, in the amateurs, the pace is probably a little faster. And, has that gotten away from him? Listen, this is a guy who's won the silver medal at the Olympics, so he knows how to succeed there. Maybe he's fighting at a slow pace to preserve that for next month. But, Champ Chris, you just said at last fight with Samaro, you remind us he's hurting this guy now.
Yeah, he's hurt. Good power punches. The fighter from Mongolia turning it on.
But this is why we're saying exactly that, because when he does need to turn it on, he does. Big shot.
Good shot selection, too. Goes underneath as well.
Oh,
Mercado's in trouble. Beautiful uppercut.
This would be an impressive stoppage, because Mercado's tough.
Erdenebat winging big punches. He's not thinking about the Olympics. He's thinking about tonight.
And look at the eyes of Erdenebat. He's looking at everything. Just looked at his corner. Oh.
What's that? What's going on?
Mouthpiece? Oh, we got a eye?
Eye cut.
Interesting time to have the doctor come.
I don't know if the cut's bad enough to
Awkward stop.
just randomly stop the action for that.
Placing is not good. Looks like it's on the lid.
It's not a pretty cut, that's for sure. But
It's all where it is.
yeah, it's definitely not a pretty cut. I've seen worse where they continue.
It's hard to see where it is. It doesn't look above the eye.
It looks like it's on the lid.
It's not. It's right on the lid, man.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Lid cuts, they will stop it 9 times out of 10.
And especially, he doesn't have a lot of big chances to survive. Yeah, it's a big cut.
Yeah.
That is it.
Breakdancer. Erdenebat, the breakdancer.
Erdenebat showing his footwork, not just with his punches, but with his dancing. Beautiful finish to this fight. Yes, it was a cut, but Erdenebat was starting to take this one over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was really sitting down on his shots. Mercado was having more and more trouble getting away from the big punches. Erdenebat was picking his spots. He has fantastic balance, and his shot selection tonight was elite. So, incredible. I don't think that was a bad stoppage at all.
Erdenebat looks ready to go to the Olympic trials in 3 weeks. He's ready to fight again right now. Measured pace, did not push himself too hard until he felt the vulnerability of Mercado and turned it up.
Yeah, it's funny. My first step-up TV fight was against a Mongolian fighter. Mongolian Tsenbataar. He was super tough. He was like 15-2 when I fought him. That was a tough fight. Went 10 rounds.
There's not a lot of them in boxing, but when they're around, they're rough.
Toughest guy.
You said that guy came from kickboxing too, right?
Well, I fought him in kickboxing as well. Didn't even realize it was the same guy until a couple of months before. I was like, wait, I fought this guy already.
Talked about the toughness of Mercado. He did hang tough until that final round. Ate some big punches.
But it was also a matter of when Erdenebat wanted to turn it up. You see right there, we were talking about Erdenebat's kind of cruising. He doesn't coming out. He's not putting it into high gear. You can almost like he's lackadaisical. As soon as he turned it into high gear, this fight was over. So Jimmy, you were wondering about how the pace has to go faster in the Olympic trials. Well, if he brings this pace to the Olympic trials, it makes him a lot more difficult to deal with.
Yeah, very, very true. But gentlemen, as we said about the power disparity, the size disparity, I think he's better at 26-30, right around there, maybe?
I think 30 is probably best. He don't have to struggle too much. 26 might be a stretch. He's got a lot of muscle on him. He's got thick legs. 26 may be tough.
Those thick legs, he can turn over a big punch. It's exactly what we saw. Great hooks, great uppercuts. It's the fellow southpaw, Alberto Mercado. Another impressive performance here, ProBox TV.
And he's another guy. You gotta look past the numbers. Only, that was his 5th KO in his 10 fights. He can punch, though. He looks like he throws heavy hands. He's obviously physically strong. Granted, we keep talking about he's probably fighting in the wrong weight class, self-admittedly by his corner, but he looks very physically strong, and especially the way he picks his punches and places those shots. There's that right hook that had Mercado in trouble in round 2. And then round 3, man, he really started to pour it on. Mercado looked to be in a bad place, and there was a cut. It looked like a slice across the eyelid. I got no problem with that stoppage.
None. Yeah, none.
Breakdancing and getting it done in the ring. Beautiful stuff. Looking to make himself a 3-time Olympian. He improves his record to 10-0 with his 5th knockout. Future right now looking very, very bright for Tsendbaatar Erdenebat. Jim Sorensen, let's make this one official.
Ladies and Gentlemen, and 2 minutes 39 seconds of the third round. Dr. Denise Griffin stops this fight for your winner and still undefeated by technical knockout, Tsendbaatar Erdenebat.
You don't just win, you own the crowd. That's what you're supposed to do as a boxer. You're supposed to be an entertainer. This crowd very much behind the fighter from Mongolia. Now this may be the shot that actually caused the cut. Chris, take a look at this. Let me know what you think. Talk about a slice.
Yep. Right, yeah, we saw the slicing straight left hand as they were exchanging punches. Looks like it hit that eye, but also grazed and shredded through.
And he's throwing shorter, more crisp shots. Shot selection as well. He was throwing the uppercuts a few seconds before that.
And that also seemed to be the damage eye already from that right hook that landed in the round before.
Klitschko Lewis, we've seen it before. That edge of the glove causes some nasty cuts.
That's the thing. People don't think these rounded gloves have edges, but they do. It is leather.
Great job for the fighter from Mongolia. We will see him again, but right now, our own Beatrice Callis backstage with our main eventer, Robbie Davies.
I'm here with Robbie Davies Jr., one of the fighters of the main event of the evening. Robbie, all your fights have been in the UK. How does it feel to represent your people, your family, your friends here in the US for the first time in ProBox TV in the main event of the evening?
Yeah, when the opportunity came up to fight in the US and be main event, I jumped at it with both hands. It's an unbelievable for me, and I can't wait.
Es su primera pelea en los Estados Unidos y se siente muy emocionado de estar aquí con nosotros y no puede esperar para llegar al evento estelar de esta noche. Your last fight, you suffered a terrible injury and you broke your ankle. How do you feel about this fight? How's your training, and what do you think about your opponent?
Yeah, since the ankle break, I had like an operation. I went into some of the best rehabilitation and physiotherapy you could have for the next couple of months. And since then, I started getting back into my training more or less straight away, and I've had my head on the job for quite some time. I was just waiting for the right opportunity to come up, and eventually this came up, and I knew I'd be ready for that time. And then with Sergey, he's been in with the best. He's been at the very top. He's a good fighter. And I'm looking forward to sharing the ring with him.
En su última pelea en el 2023 se rompió el tobillo y ha estado entrenando, tuvo mucho tiempo de recuperación y ha estado entrenando, esperando por la oportunidad única para poder lograr su objetivo, y está preparado para la noche de hoy y cree que su oponente es muy buen oponente, pero está seguro que va a lograr la victoria. Thank you so much and good luck for tonight. Back to you.
It's a little bit of a cliche, a must-win fight, but that's the only way to define our main event, Robbie Davies Jr. versus Sergey Lipinets. But first, our co-main in the heavyweight division. It's coming up right after this.
Wednesday Night Fights. On the next Wednesday Night Fights, May 22nd, Batajan Jukabayev faces Ivan El Terrible Redkach. Wednesday Night Fights.
Ready for our co-main event of the evening here on ProBox TV. You've heard of a contrast in styles. Well, this is a contrast in just about everything in this heavyweight showdown. Outstanding records, both of them, 7-0, 11-1. But when it comes to builds, styles, the way they box, the way they talk, can't find two men any more different than Cesar Navarro and Fernely Feliz Jr. Look at the stats here, 27-24. Feliz Jr., just 2 inches taller. Both of these gentlemen light for the heavyweight division, 204.2 versus 216. Long reach for Feliz Jr. And gentlemen, he uses it very, very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on ProBox TV, and we have your co-main event of the evening. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 8 rounds in the heavyweight division. Your judges for this fight, Joe Ware, Joanna Richard, and Jacob Rust Sr., and your referee in charge is Frank Santor Jr. Introducing to you first, he fights out of the blue corner. He wears the white and gold trunks. He weighed in at 216 pounds. His record, 11 wins, just 1 loss, with 9 wins by knockout. From Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico, please welcome Cesar Chaka Navarro. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white and black trunks. He weighed in at 204.2 pounds. He is undefeated in his young career. His record, 7 wins with no losses and 6 big wins by knockout. From Danbury, Connecticut, give it up for 5-time Golden Gloves winner, Fernely Feliz Jr.
All right, Joe, we went over all the rules in the dress room. Your trunks are both a little high, so keep your blows on the belt or above. Guys, you're too big for me to wrestle with. If I say stop, stop. I say break, take a step back. I don't want to wrestle. Questions? Good luck, guys.
Paulie, you asked, when did Mexicans start getting so big? When did this happen? Well, we got a heavyweight right in front of us. You made the Cain Velasquez reference.
Yeah.
This is a big Mexican heavyweight. Chris, when you saw him walking around, man, you came into the meeting like, can you see this kid's build?
Yeah, he looks like a bodybuilder. He's walking around the campus, and I was like, what? Is that guy fighting? That guy a boxer?
We are underway, round number 1. When I talked about the contrast, that's because Feliz Jr., an outside fighter, lean, relies on his speed, decorated amateur.
Navarro already turning southpaw here, switching from the right-handed stance he came out as.
Yeah, he got hit with a big left hand and then switched immediately. We don't get a lot of heavyweights on our air. Whoa, big shot from Navarro.
The grappling has started early. Referee said, I don't want any wrestling in this fight. That's what we're getting.
These guys got into it at the weigh-in yesterday. Had to be separated. Bringing that bad blood into the ring. Handling it where they're supposed to.
And Navarro throwing big shots. He's not even using any setup.
That's what Navarro does. He doesn't really jab. He goes in and tries to land big punches. That awkward bullying style, though, can create some problems.
Yeah, Navarro fights like he's here for a good time, not a long time.
He's here for a reason, not the season.
Even hitting the gloves.
Windmill. I'm getting blown away. Those tornadoes in the Midwest.
Even hitting the gloves, you can hear the impact of those shots, gentlemen.
I didn't know there was a tornado warning in Plant City tonight. These shots are making some breeze.
But you know what? It would probably be worse for Feliz if Navarro was landing them. Let's see now. As Feliz gets started, a good combination there.
Yeah, you see the short, tight punches from Feliz. He set that up with the jab, and then lets that power shot, that right hand, shoot from that shoulder nice and smooth.
Fighting out of the Dominican Republic, national champion as an amateur, 5-time Golden Glove champion. He's got the fundamentals. You heard that slap. That was a shot to the ribs.
Oh, good shot from Navarro. Lead left hook while he's got Feliz along the ropes. Another left hook while he's got him on the ropes.
Yeah, Navarro seems willing to walk through the fire to get the range he wants.
I think he has to. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and also Feliz has to be careful not losing the real estate battle here because he's not really staying that busy on the outside. So it's the real estate battle that might influence the judges. He's playing around, but he hasn't really done a lot to cement control of the ring here.
You box a brawler, you brawl a boxer. Right now, Navarro doing the brawling.
Feliz, like your point, champ, he's trying to box. He hasn't had much success so far.
I'll be honest with you, Jimmy. I boxed whether you were brawling or boxing. That was still boxing.
Do what you know. Navarro, no surprise here, trying to work his way into the corner. Good punches off the ropes from Feliz Jr.
Ooh, big swing and a miss from Navarro. Nice head move from Feliz.
Good straight right. Welcome back to ProBox TV. And ready for round number 2. And, you know, there are fights where we've said, hey, we can't see what this person's path is, what their plan is. That first round was all both men's plan. There's no mystery there.
1000%. And listen, I like it. I like the contrasting styles. Just like you said, Jimmy, these guys are very, very different in terms of their build, their personality, and the way that they fight. And it makes for, you know, the contrasting styles makes for an entertaining matchup.
We start round number 2. It is Cesar Navarro with his back to us in the white and gold. Feliz Jr. in the white and black. Feliz Jr., the seasoned amateur, competed at the top levels when it came to his amateur career. 7-0 as a pro, 6 knockouts. Cesar Navarro, 11-1, 9 knockouts.
Yeah, and Feliz now working on that jab. That's what you want to see more of. He'll be able to keep the big shots.
Good right hand.
Yeah, just like that. He's setting up those little pot shots there. But what they'll do is they'll keep Navarro off balance. Because Navarro's looking for those big shots, and he's not even looking to set them up.
And both these guys do have power. Navarro, 9 KOs in his 11 wins, 6 KOs in Feliz's 7 wins. So, and plus they're heavyweights. It only takes one punch.
That's the only thing about Navarro throwing all those windmill shots. He's either all in or all out because he's going to be tired from throwing those shots. Now he's in that rest period and it's allowing Feliz to sort of work him at center ring and take that technical command.
And also Feliz is a guy that once he finds his rhythm, he's very difficult because he is smooth, he can box, he does have that big amateur background like you said, Jimmy.
Yeah, five-time Golden Glove champion in Connecticut.
Nice angle there and a nice knuckle punch. We were talking about knuckle punching in the Meriwether fight. There we saw it from Feliz.
Now Navarro, last time he fought anyone with experience, 13-1 Adam Stewart, he kind of gassed himself out. He went for big punches early and didn't have a lot of energy for the back half of that fight. And you see now Feliz Jr. starting to be a little more active as Navarro slows down.
Yeah, when you gas out, you're actually more susceptible to those jabs because it's harder to move your head. Saw Feliz a few seconds ago landing a few jabs, and now let's see if Navarro is able to develop anything as he's got Feliz back on the ropes.
Look for Feliz, look for that uppercut. Navarro was very forward over that front foot. Very front foot heavy fighter. And as you get tired, you start to lean more and more, and we're seeing that here. Good body work from Feliz. Oh, short right hand.
Feliz's better technique now is starting to take charge here in round 2.
This is the kind of fight he said he wanted. He says, I don't want a quick knockout. I want to punish this guy a little bit. I want to work him over a little bit. Maybe make him quit. He talked about a war of attrition in this fight.
I don't think he needs a war of attrition. Feliz can just box from the outside, use that jab. He's already got blood from the nose. He cannot miss those jabs. They're landing very hard.
That's the thing. Navarro's starting to fatigue.
Beautiful straight left began that combination. Navarro hitting the air now.
These are just different levels of boxers at this point.
And champ, you said he looks like a bodybuilder. He's getting tired like a bodybuilder too. Throws punches like a bodybuilder. Now the better technique of Feliz is starting to take charge here. And Navarro is feeling it.
Feliz is landing heavy blows.
I don't want to say saved by the bell, but that was a rough end of round number 2. Paulie, since you're nodding, I'll say it. Saved by the bell.
I mean, that's all. You get what you see, right?
I just got a wink from the Feliz corner. He looked at me and nodded his head, gave me a wink, get a big smile.
Feliz Jr. starting to take over in that second round.
Yeah, I mean, it all came off the jab, and then when he's in the right position, right range, he was finding really nice body shots, finding all the holes. There we saw the body work on both sides. And again, like I said, Navarro was leaning forward, especially more as the round went on, and the gas tank started to wilt. You saw Feliz, he could not miss. Everything he threw was landing.
That sneaky right hand, it found a home.
Big shot.
Pretty much at will. Yeah.
Right on the temple there, too. Those shots hurt, man. And then Navarro comes back swinging, hits nothing but air.
Let's see what the decorated amateur, the undefeated professional from the Dominican Republic, let's see what he does in round number 3. Fernely Feliz Jr. versus Cesar Navarro. Navarro in the white and gold, Feliz Jr. in the white and black.
Feliz Jr. would be smart to be cautious early in the round because Navarro got that time to rest, got a full minute in that corner. If he's going to come out strong, it's going to be in the beginning of the round, like shots like that. And that left eye of Navarro starting to close up. Could we start seeing some desperation punches, Paulie?
Well, you know what? I mean, let's see if he's got the energy for them, because it seems like he's punched himself out. And then the shots of Feliz, shorter, more crisp, are also wearing him down now.
And even when you do have a good chin, when you're tired, you just don't take punches as well.
And he's getting arm weary with those shots he's throwing. You can see he was throwing them like a bodybuilder before, just winging them in like fastballs.
Bad low.
Right through the center.
I think Navarro might need that break more than Feliz does.
Yeah.
Might have been on purpose.
Yeah, but you see how far, he's way.
Yeah, right under the cup. That one's not pretty, right under the cup.
Special.
Yeah, that's where the cup actually works against you more than it works for you.
That goes up and under. That really hurts.
Yeah, that might have been on purpose, man, because it might have been Navarro that needed a break.
I hate to say veteran move, but it's one of those things. I've seen it before.
By any means necessary, right?
Yeah.
This is a fight.
The most famous one that comes to mind is Felix Trinidad against Fernando Vargas.
Yep.
When Fernando dropped him in about that 4th round, it was coming in for the finish. Felix said, no. Take this low blow with you.
That one hurts me. Watching it hurt me. Feliz Jr. right back at it. 2 minutes left to go in round number 3. Punches of Feliz Jr. starting to take their toll on Cesar Navarro.
See Feliz trying to smother Navarro in that aggression. He's much better off at a distance.
You see Navarro's eye is a little bit lumpy too, right? Underneath his left eye.
Yeah, the left
eye's almost closed.
On those jabs of Feliz.
Blood from the nose, another low blow there.
Also, great job sneaking in with that right hand. It's always been targeted at that eye.
Ooh, good right hand from Navarro over the top.
Yeah, I think Feliz rolled a little bit with it.
Get a little rubbernecking on that.
Yeah.
Nice uppercut.
Oh, that's the thing, man.
Crowd oohing and eyeing as Feliz Jr. is trying to put combinations together.
The last minute of the last round is where Feliz really dominated.
And this is where the technique comes into play here, man. Again, in the last minute, that's where you're most fatigued in the final minute. And again, Feliz's short, crisp shots, they burn less energy than those big, wide shots Navarro throws. So coming into the last minute, it's going to be Feliz with more energy again.
And then also, as you lean forward and your opponent, who's bigger than you, starts leaning on your back, that saps your legs as well.
Doesn't help you.
Feliz Jr. asserting his dominance in the last 2 rounds. As Navarro has gotten more arm weary.
Oh, good body shot.
Big arms look great at the gym, but they're hard to use in boxing. They wear you out.
I think Feliz should go back to using his jab, though, and work on that lumpy eye of Navarro. See, the Feliz is sticking his mouthpiece out of his mouth. He's breathing for air, too, now.
Closing seconds of round number 3. A round once again dominated by Fernely Feliz Jr.
comenzar a pelear. Primero tiene que ser inteligente, ¿ok? Una respiración ahí. Vamos, respira la respiración. ¿Cómo te? ¿Cuál rango es este? ¿Cuál rango es este? Vamos para el 4. ¿Ok? Tenemos 4 rounds, vamos para 4 ahora. Ahora, tú quieres jugar, juega con él, no te dejes, coge un descanso ahora, no te fajes con él. No te pongas a fajarte con él, ¿ok?
Relaxation on the face of Fernely Feliz Jr., and this is why everything going his way.
Yeah, I mean, there's another really good round for Feliz, minus the really bad low blow thrown by Navarro, but now you've seen some of those big shots. Most of the hard shots were landed in the last minute of the round when Navarro's fatigue really set in.
Outside, let's go outside, get out.
If I'm Feliz, though, I don't want to waste any more time. This is still a heavyweight fight, and Navarro's throwing big bombs.
Anything can happen. We begin round number 4. Navarro beaten up in the last couple rounds. As you said, Chris, that low blow may have bought him the longest rest he's had so far from the punches of Feliz Jr.
You know, we don't get a lot of heavyweights on our air, but I really don't mind it. This is fun.
A lot of fun.
I'll tell you, bro, you don't underestimate the heart of a Mexican fighter, though.
Yeah, true.
Navarro sometimes looks arm weary. It looks like he's gone. Then he'll come back and throw some big shots. If he lands one of those, especially early in the round when his energy is fresh again.
And Chad, that's what I meant about Feliz. Like, you got to stop wasting time. You should get this, try and get this fight over with, or at least get on your jab. Navarro looks like a big, strong guy. He's still throwing those left hooks with a lot of heat, so it only takes one punch in the heavyweight division.
But also, Feliz Jr., he's had to throw a lot of punches the last couple rounds. He may be taking a breather now as well. Not punching with the volume we've seen in the last couple rounds.
It's funny because, you know, it's almost like every Mexican fighter has to have that heart, right? Yeah. So like once you come from a culture with that reputation, you don't want to lose your Mexican card, you know? Like they'll pull it from you quick. And every Mexican fighter will give you just a little bit more than somebody from another culture who may be out, at least not in the whole spectrum of the culture. Literally, you don't find any Mexican fighters that don't give you that full throttle every single time.
Paulie, you don't make it out of the gym, dude.
No.
Like, you've trained, I'm sure, in Mexico. It's like you don't get out of the gym without heart. You wouldn't come back the next day.
You don't make it out of the kitchen of your house that you grow up in Mexico if you're not tough.
As you can kind of see here, Feliz is outclassing Navarro, but Navarro hanging around, and then every once in a while throw a big shot, throw a big shot in there. Just if he would just be able to land one of those, but if he's just not setting anything up, and Feliz at this point has his timing.
A little admonishment from the referee as Feliz Jr. held onto the rope for a second.
Navarro didn't set anything up even in the first round. He came out guns blazing.
Beautiful overhand left.
That's the thing. He's going to kind of hang around here. He's going to take some punishment. He's going to kind of hang around here. I see there he goes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's going to hanging around, and then he's going to come with a big shot. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's super durable and very strong. And like you said, Chant, that Mexican warrior spirit, that culture, is keeping him in this fight.
Feliz Jr.
And for context, there's guys with big hearts in every culture. Yes. But it's just like it feels like the Mexican fighters pride themselves on it the most. So it's like any Mexican except in the ring almost has to carry that burden.
Feliz Jr., of course, from a boxing family. His father a professional. His brother beginning his professional career. So he was raised in the sport.
Nice shots from Navarro. Double right hand to the body and then over the top to the head.
This fight's been fun, guys.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you start asking yourself, if you're Feliz Jr., man, what am I have to hit this guy with to get him out?
That's the thing, man. I mean, he misses a lot of those big shots. Every once in a while, he lands one. It's like, man, the fight wears out. Sometimes Feliz Jr. has his mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth because he's tired too. We've seen that at different times in the round. What if Navarro lands a big shot when that mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth, break his jaw or something? Who said that? You said that, right, Champ? The Feliz shouldn't play around here and just try to get Navarro out of there. But letting this guy with a big heart survive in there, if you don't put him away, he's going to keep being dangerous.
Speaking of heart, right? Eastern European fighters, unbelievably talented, strong, technical. We got a great one coming up May 22nd. By the way, come on out here. ProBox TV, the energy in this building, absolutely absolutely unbelievable. They're appreciating the heavyweight fight they have in front of them right now.
And we see Jukumbaya versus Red Catch in a couple of weeks.
It's going to be great.
I don't know how Red Catch wound up with the American flag. Isn't he from Ukraine?
Yeah, I was like, he's Ukrainian.
Maybe we adopted him.
Jukumbaya have been on our air multiple times.
Yeah,
been very impressive. Highly ranked guy, too.
Oh. That's the wet corner of Feliz. The ref should have them wipe that corner.
Yeah, you can see the water, the moisture on there.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
Now, my question is, if you're in the corner of Feliz Jr., cornered by his father, are you giving the Emmanuel Stewart, Leonard Lewis, Mike Tyson, get this guy out of here?
1,000%.
There's a big windmill shot, and then
right on the water.
Right there. He slid it to first base. Nice.
So you'd be giving him that kind of business. Hey,
I would have given him that 2 rounds ago. This guy is still dangerous. You can't miss the jab. Get the jab on him, set it up, break him down. Similar to how we saw Naoya Inoue the other day. He had a very dangerous guy in front of him. He just stuck on the jab. He's like, all right, this guy hits hard. I'm gonna chop him down, weaken him, get him out of there. Ooh, good overhand left from Feliz Jr. But here comes Navarro. He's always got that explosion in there.
He saves it. He saves. Might even take a few shots, saves it, and then just explodes out. He doesn't waste time trying to set you up.
No.
In his mind, that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
even though it would be smarter.
Navarro says, "There's no jab I've seen that I like. It's all about power punches."
Yeah, that's that weightlifter mentality, though, too. It's like you almost believe your own hype with the power, and then you don't work on the technique as much.
You learn to over-rely on it, which Navarro so far has done. It's been a hallmark of his career.
Oh, good hook there by Navarro.
Navarro does have a nice left hook.
Leaning into Feliz again. Feliz may find the uppercut. He may see it, may look for it.
One thing we haven't seen a whole lot of is uppercuts, body punches, inside punches. Feliz doing good. Feliz Jr. doing a good job from the outside.
Feliz doing the matador trick there.
Oh man! Now getting some body work in. Beautiful left.
He's the chin on Navarro, man. He's getting hit with really clean, hard shots.
Navarro's going to have a chance here to come back because Feliz may punch himself out with that combination. Navarro not taking advantage. He may be recovering from the shots he took.
Thought I saw his knees buckle with that left-handed shot right over the top.
See, Feliz with that combination, it's almost like a sprint. He's trying to get his breath back. This is where Navarro should be attacking. Instead, he's giving Feliz a chance to reset. And Feliz, on his part, while he's resetting, should be using his jab just to control that range.
Ooh. Big overhand left attempt, just misses. Looks like it hit the shoulder of Navarro. And listen, you can see the power. Feliz Jr. hits hard as well. Navarro's got a great chin. He's taken some heavy shots all night long.
We've been saying it all night, that Mexican heart, keeping him on his feet. A lot of fighters would have gone down from these.
Ref looking close. Ref looking very close. Feliz could force a stoppage here if he could just let his hands go. He's got Navarro in his own corner.
Dame el agua. Ok. Tranquilo, mira, respira. Cierra. ¿Ah? Lindo, brother. Okay. How you feeling? How many more rounds we got? How many more rounds? 2 more rounds. Can you get
6. Fernely Feliz Jr. versus Cesar Navarro. It has been all Feliz Jr. so far, but Navarro's had his punching moments.
Yeah, it seems like he's taking his time, biding his energy. When he has a moment to explode and throw some big shots, he does. Not too much success, but still dangerous. Still throwing very vicious punches in there. Falling a little bit short, but you never know, man. Feliz Jr., I think, should get on that jab, be a little more cautious.
The question is, in round number 6, this 8-round fight, how much is Feliz Jr. going to turn it up? How much is he going to go into cruise control? Maybe round number 1 went to Navarro. We got to say all the rest so far to Fernely Feliz Jr.
He said he wanted to punish him. He did say that, so yep. he certainly is.
Another thing, Paulie, early on in your career, remember this is only the 8th fight for Fernely Feliz Jr. Is it a matter of that frustration of wanting to get a guy out there and not being able to do that, managing those emotions? What do you think so far from Feliz Jr.? Looks composed so far.
Yeah, it's composed, and also getting ring experience. You know you got a dangerous guy in front of you. He's got an 11-1 record. So he's obviously going to show up to win. He's going to have the winning mentality. So you got to kind of beat it out of him. And maybe with 7 fights on your pro ledger, you're still kind of feeling out the steps as far as how to manage these rounds against fighters of a higher caliber. There will be even higher calibers than Navarro, but right now the way he's handling the rounds has been pretty solid.
Feliz Jr. already has his next fight set up in Argentina. He says that one might be at Bridgerweight, which isn't, not every belt recognizes it, but it's right below heavyweight. What do you think about that, Chris? Maybe going down to a slightly lighter weight.
I mean, both of these guys are too small for current heavyweights. So it's a good idea for Feliz Jr. to work his way down to cruiserweight. Oh. But cruiserweights are dangerous, man. A lot of times they carry the heavyweight punch, but they have fast hands.
Ooh. Speaking of fast hands, good work on the power side from Feliz Jr. Great job with the hook.
And Navarro comes back with a hard dig to the body. Caught mostly on the elbow, but still, big heavy shots are still coming from Navarro. Feliz Jr. doing a lot of body work this round. Smart move.
Yeah, 1 minute left in round number 6. Looks like Feliz Jr. is kind of settling down a little bit, waiting for his opportunity.
Feliz Jr. looked at me and kind of rolled his eyes like, what's keeping this guy up?
Yeah. he's like, I'm trying. He's still there. Yeah, no question, the heart and the chin and the durability of Navarro tonight.
I'll tell you, he's going to come back with a big shot if he gets a chance. That's why Feliz, while this guy's in the ring, Feliz has to still be alert for those big shots.
But when Feliz is so relaxed, though, so he's seeing these punches coming.
What's with those straight punches, the combinations, the jab, that straight right, it can't miss. It hasn't missed since round 2.
No. Navarro seems to be taking them better now, though. I don't know if Feliz Jr. is a little arm weary, or sometimes you kind of just get used to a guy's punch. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt.
Navarro now.
Oh, big shot back.
I tell you, man, he keeps
big shot at the end of the round.
Everything we've been saying.
That's why you can't sleep on him, no matter what you hit him with. He's liable to come back and catch you a bite.
Yeah, bring both these guys back. These guys are fun.
Cesar Navarro's previous fights, it's been all power. Nothing changing in this one.
Good body work in this round from Feliz Jr. I think that's smart here. You got a guy who's very durable, taking the shots to the head well. Better idea to focus on the body. And there's that shot we've been talking about, Paulie and I, all night long. Navarro's still dangerous. He's waiting for that shot, waiting for that opportunity. That one didn't land super clean. Didn't roll that over to the knuckles, but still a shot delivered with power.
You just said it, the technical deficiencies, where, God, if you just turn that over a little bit more,
that could be a game changer, yeah. Because he's still throwing hard. Yeah, we talked about his gas tank, but we're late in the fight now, and he still has power.
Round number 7, undefeated. Fernely Feliz Jr. taking on the tough as nails Cesar Navarro. Navarro 11-1, but hasn't found a way tactically into this fight. He's throwing some power punches.
No, Navarro's a tank.
Yeah.
And a ton of heart, too, because he's still trying to win.
Yeah, he hasn't made what Teddy Atlas, our broadcast partner, says is, the agreement. I'll stop trying to win if you stop trying to hurt me. He's not doing that.
That silent agreement, right? We don't have any of those on our air, by the way.
I don't think I've seen it so far. No. Calling fights for you guys.
Everybody comes here to win.
So far, the technique of Feliz Jr., the accuracy of his punches. You talk about the relaxed way he throws out the jab at the right hand, incredibly accurate. Not a ton of power behind any one shot, but just seems to connect at will.
And very smooth, very athletic, the way that Feliz Jr. operates in the ring. And I mean, speaking of the power, he looks like he hits hard to me. I mean, I think it's just Navarro is very durable.
It could be a rare distance fight for both of these guys, right?
Yeah, right.
But a good experience for Feliz nonetheless. You know, this is a guy who came to win, a guy with a good record. It'll be a confidence builder for Feliz if he's able to, you know, stay on top of things and come out with the victory like he seems to be on his way to doing.
And to your point, champ, 19 fights between the two of them, 15 KOs. These guys are not used to hearing the final bell.
Only one time has Feliz Jr. been unable to knock his opponent out. 6 knockouts in 7 fights. Navarro 9 of 11.
And his one loss actually was the decision, Navarro.
And that was that Adam Stewart fight where he started out throwing big punches, and as you can see, kind of ran out of gas a bit. Stewart took that fight over.
That's kind of what's happened here, too. He started out throwing really big shots, but haven't really been able to get his bearings going after that. He comes back, shots every once in a while he shows himself to be live, but at this point he's kind of arm weary now.
Yeah, but I asked last round if Feliz Jr. is going to go into kind of cruise control, is going to look for the finish. It looks like he's cruising at this point.
Yeah, you don't want to play around too much with a guy with a big punch, so you either got to get him out of there or you got to, you know, be on your P's and Q's.
Throughout this fight, Feliz Jr. has not neglected his footwork. Very light on his feet, angling very well.
Also got to think how much of this is gamesmanship from Navarro, because he knows the last round's coming up. He can come out, guns blazing, looking either get the knockout or go out on his shield.
Round 8, last round. Round 8, last round. I want to let him finish the
As we get ready for the final round of this heavyweight showdown, Fernely Feliz Jr. versus Cesar Navarro. Navarro so far tougher than a $2 steak. But the technique of Feliz Jr. has been the story of this fight.
Outside, let's go. Outside.
You know you're hungry, but even a $2 steak makes you think about food.
But yeah, we've been working a while.
Yeah.
And we are underway, the final round. I don't know how you could give any round but the first round to Feliz Jr.
Feliz on his toes.
Outside dancing.
They're giving you that Ali rubber band jab off his toes.
See if Navarro presses the action. He's had the occasional power punch in response to the offense of Feliz Jr., but can he find that miracle shot in the last round? That's the question. How hard will he work for it?
Waiting for that last salvo from Navarro. That's good right, good left hand there from Navarro, and a right hand.
Ooh, another low blow, perhaps.
Second time, guys, are throwing a lot of leather. It wasn't intentional.
Second one of the fight. Yeah, that's real low.
Another bad one.
But that's also Feliz pulling his head down, guys.
Take your breath. Take your time. You okay?
Yeah, that one looked less intentional than the first.
Good.
Could be another effort from Navarro to slow down.
No
Feliz Jr. did it earlier in the fight when he was under assault. We'll be trying to turn things around in round number 8, where Feliz Jr. is kind of taking his foot off the gas a bit.
Oh, good right hand from Navarro, and a left hook that Feliz Jr. rolled with.
You talk about the chin of Navarro. Feliz Jr.'s eaten some big punches and hasn't shown that any one shot has really affected him. They haven't been as clean.
But a lot of them he's been rolling with, sliding with. He's got that athleticism, and he's so relaxed, like I mentioned earlier. I don't think he's been hit all that clean tonight. Except for the low blows. Those are very clean.
I don't care how relaxed you are.
Well, I do not like when heavyweights are right.
Nice left hook again.
Oh, and a body shot. See, this is Navarro. I mean, Navarro's got, I know he's got one more salvo left in him.
Saves it, he saves it.
Yep.
We're at 1 minute left in the final round.
Navarro, you can tell, he's got self-belief in his power. He understands what he is and what he isn't. And he's kept his heart in this fight throughout.
Trying to shorten those shots up, though, because Feliz sees everything, and, and at this point, he's got his timing down so well.
Doesn't help that he's hindered with that lead eye being damaged. Ooh, good overhand.
And Feliz with the good shot selection, takes some stuff off some of the shots, throws some of the shots hard, mixes the speed. He just has better variation to his attack. A bit more seasoned as a boxer.
I think Feliz Jr. is a little fatigued as well. The power hasn't been the same these last couple rounds.
Nice overhand left there. Yeah, second half of this fight, he has not been as busy. I think he spent a lot of gas, maybe trying to get Navarro out of there in the first 4 or 5 rounds. He's slowed down since.
Yeah, the last 3 he's been more on, like you said, just cruise control.
Oh, good right hand. Feliz Jr. shakes his head, but last 10 seconds of the round and the fight. Thought he had one last salvo, and he did. But it will not be enough as Feliz Jr. finishes the fight on his feet.
Crowd goes nuts.
Great stuff from the young heavyweight from the Dominican Republic.
And good to see them embrace afterwards, because these guys almost went at each other at the weigh-in yesterday.
No better way to earn someone's respect. Spend 8 rounds together trying to beat each other's heads in.
Little soul searching, right?
Hey, gentlemen, we all know what puts asses in seats, right? Get into it the weigh-in. And there's the left eye swollen almost completely shut. Cesar Navarro has been an easy target throughout this fight for Fernely Feliz Jr.
Entertaining fight. You can tell the crowd is still excited about what they just watched.
And what we always see fighters just starting their careers is he learned a lot tonight. He's got a lot to take back to the gym.
Yeah, I think both these guys learned a lot tonight. More so Feliz Jr. Obviously, he found his boxing, his ability, using his variation, like you said, champ, landed some big power shots, but he had a guy in front of him that was very durable and stayed dangerous throughout. So he had to stay in his P's and Q's. Every time he got lazy, Navarro would crack him with a big shot. They were few and far between, but still dangerous.
Yeah, and as the rounds went on, there was less and less big shots being thrown by Navarro, and then the misses were also fatiguing him more. He stayed true to himself the whole fight. Every once in a while, he would let one go. It was a big shot, but it was more Feliz's consistency, better technique, better shot selection, better balance, counter-punching, and just shorter shots in general.
Yeah, rounds 2, 3, 4, very, very dominant from Feliz Jr. But then, as you mentioned, Jimmy, rounds 6, 7, 8, it seemed like Feliz Jr. kind of went into cruise control, took his opportunities when he had them, but didn't press the action the way that I think was warranted. Maybe that was because Navarro still felt strong, was still throwing dangerous punches, but either way, very consistent work from Feliz Jr. tonight.
It was a little like the first Rocky hitting a side of beef for 8 rounds. That'll tire you out as well. There's a celebration from a very happy Feliz Jr. to come with a unanimous decision win. Jim, let us know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for these warriors! After 8 rounds, we head to the judges' scorecards. Judge Joanne Richards scores this bout 78-74. Judge Joe Ware and Jacob Rust Sr. both score this bout 79-73 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Fernely Feliz Jr.
Fernely Feliz Jr., no surprise, unanimous decision victory. I would say only round number 1.
Yeah, one judge had 2 rounds to Navarro. Other 2 judges having 1 round.
Last round, you think?
I thought first and last, probably.
Feliz Jr., though, adding to his undefeated record. 8-0 now, 6 knockouts. The talented young fighter. We talked about the amateur career. That doesn't always translate to pro success. He's making the right moves. Here at ProBox TV, good jab, good right hand, excellent footwork throughout this fight. Nice combinations.
And he definitely showed some class tonight in terms of his ability to see punches coming, his athleticism, his boxing skills. curious to see what he can do at a little bit lighter weight class.
Yeah, well, we are ringside, of course, Jimmy Smith, Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi. Look, a great coach finds defeat in victory. Yeah, you won. Yeah, you won by a landslide, but we need to do X, Y, and Z. Paulie, you're the coach. What would you tell Feliz Jr. at the gym tomorrow?
You know, sometimes there's a little bit more consistency being in when you're controlling a guy. You know, maybe work on putting that guy away when he seems like he's on his way to go out, especially a big puncher like that. Chris brought up Manuel Stewart with Lennox Lewis against Mike Tyson, especially in the heavyweight division. Oh, you brought him up. Yeah, especially in the heavyweight division, Jimmy. You know how it can be dangerous.
Smacking him in the chest.
You know, and that's the thing. You want to raise a sense of urgency. With heavyweights, everybody can punch. You know, it's not like smaller weights where you got punches and non-punchers. Heavyweights, everybody can punch. You saw a dynamic there to Feliz that he was superior, but at times he kind of just had these lulls, and he let Navarro come with these snapshots at him. Every once in a while, he would land. You know, those are dangerous moments, especially as you go up the ladder. You want to make sure you stay in control of fights like this.
Chris, you think in a lower weight class, maybe cruiserweight is where Feliz Jr. belongs? He's not a big heavyweight.
Yeah, no, he's not a big heavyweight. In this modern era of heavyweights, I don't think he can get there either. He just doesn't have the size of the frame for it. I mean, he's got a good frame where he's at. He's obviously athletic. He can move. His conditioning looked good tonight, but I agree with you, champ. I think more consistently putting things together, and really just that jab. If I'm his coach, that's all I'm telling him. Jab, jab, jab. I mentioned that Iowa anyway fight, you know, this past Monday. I mean, he had a dangerous guy in front of him. What did he do? Went back to his jab, found his jab, broke his man down, got him out of there. You don't want to spend too much time in the ring. We don't get paid for overtime.
When you look at this fight, of course, the big puncher versus the mover, the guy throwing combinations, that was the story tonight. The problem is that he threw a lot of punches, wasn't able to get his man out of there, and you saw the change in volume, I would say, after round 5. Did you like that cruise control decision, or would you have turned it up at that point, Chris? What are your thoughts on it?
It's just like the champ was saying. I mean, it was very, very. Navarro was so dangerous. I think it would have been smart to really step on the gas, try and force a stoppage. He had a few opportunities to do that, and he kind of let him off the hook. I would like to see him get that guy out of there.
Paulie, can you teach that? Finishing is an instinct, not a skill. You got to kind of feel it. Can you teach that in the gym?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways. Here's the thing, though. He was in against a guy with 11-1 record and 9 KOs. He still only has 7 pro fights. I think he's still starting to manage his way through fights, through the rounds, especially that he's in higher amount of rounds for a guy with 7 fights, and also a guy who's a step up in competition. So I think this was sort of a find yourself kind of fight, and I think he'll have learned from this, and he'll take that with him in the next fight.
Well, speaking of experience, we have that in spades in our main event of the evening. Sergey Lipinets, -700 favorite over Robbie Davies Jr., coming off a combination of an upset loss and a severe ankle injury, looking for a bounce back in his U.S. debut. That's what is on his mind tonight. Both fighters now in the ring and ready to go. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Both fighters about the same age. The height advantage going to Robbie Davies Jr. The reach advantage as well. Talk about Lipinets. He's fought at welterweight, fought at 140. Natural weight right about 141. Should be physically strong tonight. Jim Sorensen, get us started.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, our main event of the evening. This fight, folks, will be a 10-round battle in the welterweight division. Your judges for this fight, Brian Gary, Joe Ware, and Joanne Richard. And your referee in charge, Michael DeJesus. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black and gold trunks. He weighed in at 141.6 pounds. His record, 17 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 13 wins by knockout. From Woodland Hills, California, by way of Martuk, Kazakhstan, former IBF world champ, Sergey Samurai Lipinets. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white, red, and gold trunks, he weighed in at 141.6 pounds. His record, 23 wins, 4 losses, with 15 wins by knockout. From Liverpool, England, making his U.S. debut, please welcome former European and British Commonwealth champ, Robbie Davies Jr.
All right, guys, the rules were told you in the locker room in the corner. United States touch goes. If you want to, if not, go back to the corners. You guys good?
We're ready to get underway in our main event of the evening. Robbie Davies Jr. versus Sergey Lipinets.
Ready.
It's overused a little bit, but a must-win fight for both of these fighters, and they know it. Start of round number 1.
Yeah, this is a fight that we were talking about for a couple weeks and months leading up to this. I was very excited to see guys of this level matching up. On paper, like you said, Jimmy, this is a fantastic competitive fight.
You know about the punching power of Lipinets, especially down at about 140. He has real power. Davies Jr. has got that European style, a little flat-footed, but hands very, very high, likes to initiate a brawl. Lipinets said he's a typical British fighter. He wants to brawl.
And Davies, you know, he's tall for the weight class. He's a big 40-pounder. Even though Lipinets is coming down, you see Davies has the height and reach advantage. He landed a nice chopping right hand from the outside as the shorter Lipinets was trying to close the distance.
Yeah, you talk about flat-footed, Jimmy. At this point in most guys' careers, mid-30s, you typically end up becoming flat-footed anyway. So, no surprise, both of these guys will, you know, we may see more flat-footedness from them.
Already some redness.
Yeah, than maybe had earlier in their careers.
Lipinets was always flat-footed. He's a puncher. He controls the distance. He's obviously a short guy, even for this weight class. You know, when he was campaigning 147, you know, obviously he's much shorter. But even at 40, he's short. But very flat-footed, big puncher. 17 wins, 13 of those by KO, and he fought top-class guys from the opening.
Gentlemen, you got to talk about this. In his first 20 fights, he's taken on Mikey Garcia, Jaron Ennis. I mean, he's taken on some great fighters. I mean, what does that do for you? Whether you win or lose, being in the ring with those guys, what does it do for you, man?
I mean, I always talk about the biggest intangible in the world is experience, and Lipinets has that in spades.
Yeah, and he's been a world champion, so he has that confidence that he can handle himself. You know, it does something to you mentally when you've been at the mountaintop and you won a major world championship. You know, you can handle yourself. Even when you're older, you still know you have that veteran savvy.
He won that world title, by the way, in his 13th pro fight. He did not have a long career before he was fighting world-class guys. He was a kickboxer first. He said, I lost track at 500 fights in kickboxing. Now that's amateur and pro.
Right. Yikes. Yeah, so he's got a lot of experience. You know, his nickname, you see it on his trunks, the Samurai. He's got two swords there.
Got that warrior spirit. Russian national champion kickboxer. And he said I just couldn't make any money there. Had to go to boxing.
He's trying to mentally pressure Davies and obviously physically pressure him, but be better off to cut off the ring. He's got Davies going back, trying to put that pressure on him, but he'd be better off to cut off the ring from Davies as well. Good body shot there from Davies.
Yeah, to your point, champ, when these guys have lost, they've been kind of outmaneuvered, right? Their footwork hasn't been all the way there. They've been, you know, out technique when it comes to the footwork when these gentlemen have lost.
But Lipinets an interesting history because most of these Russians or Eastern Europeans come with huge amateur credentials. He comes from kickboxing and still managed to win a world championship. A bit of a backdoor entry to the world championship in boxing.
Okay, good. Will you pass me a water as well, mate? And again, one more. How do you feel? Good. How does he feel? Good. Does he feel much behind the shots as well? Still respect what might come, right? Listen, good first round, yeah? Won the round well. Okay. Listen, you know what we said about speed being the main factor? You're so much faster than him. Jab, left up body, jab, right up body, yeah?
I've been to England so I can translate. It's jab, left hook body is what he's saying, by the way, gentlemen.
Have you been to Liverpool, though, or Manchester? There's that good right hand there from Lipinets coming over the top of the guard. Tries it again. Davies gets underneath that one.
And Lipinets, being a shorter guy, has those good looping shots, which is a great weapon against taller fighters, especially as they pull back. You have to end up catching them on the tip of their chin. Davies needs to be cautious of that, pulling straight back on a shorter man, throwing looping shots.
Yeah, Davies Jr. last time out, losing by knockout and injury. Broke his ankle. Actually had to have a plate put in it against Dara Foley. And he said from there, I was in no man's land, man. I really didn't have any opportunities. I didn't know what I was going to do. I got this opportunity to fight in the States, and I immediately took it. But You talked about kind of the desperation of that loss and trying to rebuild his career. A lot on his shoulders tonight.
Well, you said in the open, Jim, you know, one thing to get stopped and get, you know, knocked out, but it's another thing actually to have a career-altering injury like that, a major, you know, ankle fracture that requires surgery. It's a tough place to be mentally, like you said.
Davies has to try to get back that center of the ring. Lipinets starting to press him more and more.
Yeah, he's giving up ground. Oh, both men landed good shots.
Change there.
And this is what the fight Lipinets said would happen. He goes, he's going to brawl. I'm going to brawl right there with him.
I think Davies would be smart to use that length and not get into too many extended exchanges with Sergey.
But he needs to do that if he's going to take control that way. He's got to continuously be first on the outside. Keep Sergey at bay with that jab.
Yeah, both these guys trading big hooks on the inside. Those kind of shots, those looping overhand shots are Sergey Lipinets' MO. You can see the power of Lipinets. He's leaving red marks all over the body and face of Davies whenever he lands.
It's also easy to see when you've never seen the sun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We see every mark.
Very fair skin. That is a good point, Jimmy.
Lipinets keeping the physical pressure on. Good right hand.
And you got Lipinets. He's got his nice California tan going because he trains out on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, you're starting to see Lipinets finding his groove. The comfortability, the experience, staying very relaxed.
Yeah, you like to see Davies maybe using some jabs, a change of looks, maybe giving some level changes there to throw Lipinets' attack off.
Good straight right.
Ooh, and a body shot.
Every once in a while, Davies responds, but then he goes back to mainly allowing Lipinets to be first.
Blood from the nose of Davies now on the strength of those hard, stiff jabs from Lipinets. Even though he's a shorter man, he's using rhythm to close the distance and land those stiff jabs up the middle.
See Lipinets taking some risks now, letting both hands kind of float a little bit low.
And that's one thing I think that you can take. Ooh, good left hook upstairs from Lipinets from that kickboxing background, Chip. You mentioned that. He's got a certain kind of rhythm to him. It's a little herky-jerky. It's not something you normally see from an Eastern European fighter, but a kickboxer, it looks very familiar for guys like me.
So far as we close round number 2, Lipinets so far in control.
That move like that, that bouncy smoothness.
I'm waiting for a teep right through the center with that footwork.
You then, just let him right back in, yeah? Okay, what did I say?
Davies landing some good punches in that second round, but it was Lipinets kind of controlling the real estate, bringing the pressure, as you said, Paulie. He was the one in the face of Davies.
Speaking of the face of Davies, you're seeing the marks getting marked up. Looks like a little abrasion under the eye, blood from the nose. That world-class power is different, man. Sergey's got that.
And also, we've seen it over and over in combat sports. Certain guys don't wear damage well.
Yeah.
They take a couple shots and they look terrible.
You're looking at two of them. Paulie and I did marked up very, very easily throughout our entire career. Davies looks like he's got the kind of skin that's similar.
We begin round number 3. Davies Jr. in the white, red, and gold. Lipinets in the black and gold. Fighter from the UK. Davies Jr., Commonwealth champion, British champion, European champion. Lipinets, former world champion at 140.
You see the world-class ability of Lipinets. You see how he doesn't get too far over his front foot. Even though he's an aggressive guy coming forward, he still keeps that weight on his back leg and being able to shift and have, with range to pull in and out. He used to call that fade. You got to pull out with your feet where they are.
Doesn't overcommit to any shot. Davies, for his part, says, I'm always in camp. I'm always training. I just turn it up when I have a fight coming. And with my uncertain future, I was ready when I got this call.
Now he looks to be in fantastic shape at the weigh-in. Yesterday, both guys look very fit, very ready.
Yeah, and coming back down from 140, still looking for maybe the lax energy, but no, Lipinets, good energy for despite a guy who's coming back down in weight in his mid-30s.
Good right hand over the the top. Davies has found a home for that multiple times. And ooh, good uppercut on the inside from Davies.
But you see, the follow-up, it's from Lipinets, and that's the thing. Davies is not able to create work off of his work. It's just touch and go. You got to use some of that those shots that you land to hold that ground at times, to control that real estate. And Davies is not able to do that.
Lipinets very good at making the ring small.
Yes, great point, Jimmy. Also picking his shots while going high, low, mixing up the punch variation very, very well here. See it there, changed his level, looked low, punched high, threw the jab up top. Davies didn't see that coming, split the guard.
Lipinets fought Mikey Garcia, Lamont Peterson, Boots Ennis. In his first 20 fights. I could not believe the names I was reading discussing this.
Omar
Figueroa as well.
He stopped Peterson. I think that was his first retirement.
He stopped Figueroa too.
I think so. I think you're right. I think he pretty much retired both those guys.
Yeah. Good body shot there, but
that looked like he was going upstairs, and he stabbed it down low.
He adjusted it because Davies was coming with a right hand up top, so Lipinets got underneath.
Yeah, that showed very good awareness from Lipinets.
Are you surprised, gentlemen, to not see Davies Jr. a little busier with the jab? Because we know he's not a footwork guy. He's not going to keep you away by out-circling you. He's got to keep you away with the jab. He's not throwing it that much.
I would agree, but Lipinets is doing a really good job of using his own jab. And he's very deceptive with his movement in and out, his in and out, his changing of levels. He's not an easy guy to jab. I think we got a cut in the scalp of Lipinets. We got blood high on the head.
Only seconds left in the round.
Oh, rocked him again. He's hurt. Oh, good body.
Lipinets should hold.
And he will make it out of the round.
Heavy feet, very hurt.
Lipinets should have held there. He's got to hold.
Well, my name's you up for his fucking power jabs.
Difference a punch can make. First 3 rounds controlled by Lipinets, and then we get this.
Yeah, I said it was a home for the chopping right hand, but there was the left hook on the jawline of Lipinets there, and it was another right hand that had him in more trouble. He threw nice body shots in there as well. Great follow-up. You mentioned that earlier, Chip, that he wasn't following up properly. That time he did. Good adjustment from Davies. Let's see if Lipinets had time to recover.
And Chris, you pointed out, as he was walking to his corner, he was looking at his feet.
He's lucky he was he was looking at lucky it was the end of the round.
Yeah.
Because he also didn't hold, so he was not going to make it through the round if it was not the end of the round.
Champ, you brought up a great point. You said during our interview with Davies that this fight reminded you of the end of your career when you got into a tough fight, if you still wanted to be there or not. Let's see if Lipinets wants to dig deep.
And funny thing, ironically enough, in that fight with Eggington was also saved by the bell a couple of rounds before I got stopped. And it was also right at the end of the round, also because he didn't hold.
So far, no holding from Lipinets. He wants to fight, although Davies landing some good punches to start this round.
Davies got to have some confidence now. He's having trouble getting respect from Sergey Lipinets, but he's got to have it now. He had him rocked badly at the end of the last round. There's that right hand again. Oh!
Good left.
I don't know if Lipinets,
has he
fully
recovered?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's fully recovered. And the confidence of Davies has grown now.
He's being much more
aggressive.
Yeah, more aggressive, but also being really smart and efficient with his shots. He sees that he's got a man in front of him who's hurt. He's picking his punches really well. He's moving nicely now.
The confidence is back from Davies.
Seems like a fighter from the UK. He's got a new breath of life at the end of round number 3. Lipinets, the former world champion. He has experience. He needs it now.
Oddly enough, breaking your ankle might have actually made Davies a better mover in the ring. I haven't seen him be able to circle this smoothly before in past fights.
He said he was running marathons to make sure his ankle was good, ultra marathons, 50 miles.
Oof. Oh, man, good work. Nice body shot there.
Yeah, and good turn off the ropes as well for Davies.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Sergey Lipinets. He's got those heavy feet just plodding. Doesn't have his balance.
Gentlemen, this is why we were looking forward to this fight so much. That high-level chess match, back and forth.
If Davies
can hear advantages, right?
Yeah, if Davies can be smart, not take any big shots. I mean, he's in a really good place because I don't know if Sergey's going to be able to recover.
Left hand again.
Another left hook.
Good right hand. That hurt him again, too.
More time left. 35 seconds left to go in round number 4.
Lipinets not holding again. They've got to tell him in the corner if he gets hurt, he's got to hold.
He was looking for redemption tonight. Robbie Davies Jr., can he find it?
Samurais don't hold.
Yeah, well, they get knocked out if they don't.
Samurais also go out
sharp
shield.
Counter there by Davies. What a sharp shot. He's still thinking in there, both on defense and offense. Good smooth transition.
Short, crisp punches. Lipinets not able to see him, but still coming forward.
Lipinets, tough as nails, still trying to throw bombs.
Man, he is stumbling to his corner.
They've got to rejuvenate him in the corner. They got to get some ice and some water on him.
Got to wake him up.
I remember fondly about my cutmate Danny Milano, one of the best. He would be pulling my hair, pulling my ears, smacking me and throwing nice water on me. They'd make sure I was woke up if I was hurt.
And this is why Lipinets needs it. Look at that beautiful left hand. That was the start of the sequence.
Yeah,
Rights and lefts.
And another left hook that stumbles Lipinets. He's not seeing that hook. There it is again. You see that shot and it stumbles him.
There's something you have to explain if you haven't seen it and you're not aware of it. Folks, when a fighter really gets rocked and you know, they're probably concussed, they're making a new game plan every 10 seconds, right? They have that look in their eyes like, okay, they can't really build on what they're doing. There's a little bit of that shell-shocked look in Lipinets' face. Like he's trying to come up with a new game plan.
And they didn't help him in the corner, honestly. You got to throw ice water on his head. You gotta do a better job to wake him up than that, man.
I mean, Lipinets.
They were like it was in an IBM meeting in that corner, man. Like as if nothing happened. And you know, did I date myself there with IBM?
Yeah. But also, I'll date myself a little bit more too. You know, you hate to say it, but the little stalls, right? Take a little time to get the stool out.
Yeah.
Referee comes over. We've seen it a million times, but that's what veteran corners do. Give your guy another couple seconds.
It looks. I mean, Lipinets looks. He's walking around like a zombie. He's very, very heavy on his feet. His coordination is all off.
And on the other side, Davies has turned this fight around for himself. Two back-to-back very good rounds where he had Lipinets hurt. Confidence is back. He's got a little spring in his step.
As he should.
Punching off it.
He's got a guy who's compromised and doesn't see the punches coming.
In short, veteran stuff. Veteran adjustments.
And he takes the shots better than Lipinets. Lipinets lands, but he doesn't get the same reaction from Davies as Davies gets from Lipinets.
You know, Davies said in his last fight that he messed up his weight cut, and that's why he wasn't taking the punches well, and that he's much more durable now, and I think we're seeing that.
True to his samurai nickname, Lipinets trying to fire back, given everything he has. He has the power to get back in this.
Paulie, we've been talking about this fight for weeks, how excited we were. I love when they live up to it.
Yeah. Well, here they tend to do it a lot.
Not letting us down.
They're trading. Davies' nose is once again bleeding.
Sergey Lipinets landed a big left hook there. He's got Davies on his bike now a little bit.
This thing's going back and forth with the momentum here. Oh, another good uppercut by Lipinets. Blood all over the face of Davies for that uppercut.
Davies is hurt. Davies is hurt. That nose is bad. That nose is bad.
Lost his footwork for just a second. Oh, good overhead.
He's hurt.
Lipinets, and he is down.
What a fight.
Oh,
what a fight.
That nose is gushing blood. You see Davies shaking his head no. This might be it.
You talk about Will, the fighter from the UK. A shattered nose. Can he continue? And he will.
Wow. Davies needs to land something big here, get some respect.
But he is running.
Davies has to have that self-belief that he has hurt Lipinets in this fight. He needs to come up with something right now. Now Lipinets has gotten back.
He's letting
that pep in his step. Back that confidence, guys.
He's letting Lipinets work with too much. He's got to get some respect. He's got to throw something. Oh, good hard jab.
The last 30 seconds of this round number 5, halfway through the fight.
And we spoke about how tough Lipinets has been in his career. He's been there before. He knows what it's like to be hurt.
Davies landed a sharp counter right hand a few seconds ago.
Oh, good jab. That rocks Lipinets back.
We knew Lipinets had the power to come back in this fight. He just showed it beautiful.
That was that was right on the nose of Davies, that damaged nose. Took it well, though.
recovered, haven't you? I know he's done your nose, right? But listen to me. Listen to me, Robert. You've got your feet back, haven't you? Yeah? Listen, Robert, he's tired. He's tired, he's hurt, yeah? He's tired and he's hurt. I know you're hurt then. But listen, let's be disciplined. Not time to take stupid shots. But listen, the right hand
TV, that's not how a nose is supposed to look. Lipinets using his power to get back in this fight. Beautiful shot right to the nose there.
What a round, back and forth. Lipinets looks like he was on his last legs and lands some big shots. Has Davies in a world of trouble, breaks the nose, puts him down, blood gushing from the nose, and then Davies comes back at the end of the round.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to wonder about Lipinets too. He had a long career, kickboxing, boxing. You know, he does show the susceptibilities of a fighter who's taking a bit too many punches. Yeah. Some shots that hurt him, just random jabs that are hurting him. You know. Yeah, they didn't look like super clean or kind of not like anything he hasn't been hit with before. But we mentioned how many fights he's had, but also coming back down in weight at late in age is tough. That can sap your chin as well. It just makes you worry if he does win this fight, if he continues, Right.
Ooh, beautiful uppercut. Each shot, that hook has been very accurate. For Davies Jr., they are right in front of us.
Oh, that nose is leaking once again.
I think Lipinets smelling blood here.
This is going to be an expensive dry cleaning bill for everybody sitting to ringside.
It's a business expense for us. Blood all over the gloves of Lipinets. He's taking on a fighter who can't take a full breath through the nose for sure.
Davies is fighting back. Lipinets trying to put that last aggression, trying to get the stoppage. Of course, now that both guys have that self-belief because they both hurt each other. They know they can.
Right. We often use the term blood and guts war, right? And this is literally a blood and guts war.
This is a candidate for fight of the year already.
Incredible stuff.
Lipinets would have been gone at the end of one of these rounds a few rounds ago. If it wasn't so close to the end of the round, he would have been gone. Then he got hurt again the round after.
Yeah.
Somebody's mouthpiece is out.
Mouthpiece is out.
Oh, ref said, go on. You can't stop the fight. Oh, good hard overhand chopping shot. Hurts Davies again. Wow, Davies, man, super tough.
Now it's Davies that should be the one holding on. Especially that he has no mouthpiece. He should be looking for the lull in the action. He finally gets it.
Neither one of these guys know how to hold on. They're absolute warriors.
Look at the respect, touching gloves. They're about to resume their war.
But how much of that is warrior and how much of that is lack of understanding in the moment of what to do?
Yeah. Oh, that nose again, that stiff, hard jab right to the beak. That damaged nose of Davies. Lipinets dialed in here.
Lipinets was a zombie 2 rounds ago, but as soon as he saw that shattered nose, it's like...
And likewise for Davies, first couple of rounds, he just looked like he was walking in quicksand, couldn't get away from Lipinets, and all of a sudden, he rocked Lipinets, and you found that pep in his step for a couple of rounds.
Yeah, both these guys are spurring each other on by hurting the opponent. Oh, good little up jab and a right hand from Davies.
And because both guys have hurt each other, there's going to be a little bit more self-belief that they can get through the rough patch in the fight. Davies is not going anywhere. Nice little uppercut from Davies on Lipinets there.
And gentlemen, think about the flip side, the respect. Man, this guy hurt me before. I don't want to over-pursue. Don't want to walk into another big shot. Incredible back-and-forth fight.
Both these guys, man, I mean, just going for it, leaving everything on the line. Both a little fatigued here, looks.
Can't imagine why, with the pace they've had throughout this fight.
And it's strange, these guys go back and forth showing durability and weakness.
They say it all the time about Ali Frazier, that they were at the perfect time for that third fight, to have a great fight. A faster Ali gets away from Frazier, a stronger Frazier knocks out Ali. I've heard that a million times.
It devastates you though, man. Yeah. And honestly, they fought when they were young too, in '71. It wasn't easy for that one either.
Seeing a little bit of that here, Chris, as you keep pointing out, the strengths and the weaknesses of both guys are on display.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see them land a big shot, and the other guy takes it and walks through no problem. Then another guy, he lands a shot that doesn't look that hard, and he's wobbled, and it looks like he's on his last leg. It's just, it's wild the way these guys are able to hurt each other, but also at the same time show durability and strength.
Said it before the fight, I will say it again. This is a must-win fight for both of these fighters.
And both they're fighting that way.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Lipinets just covered in blood all over his back. They both are.
Round 7 of 10. Davies Jr. in the white, red, and gold. Lipinets in the black and gold.
Oh, it's going to be a very interesting fight to score. I forgot that we're judging these.
I mean, I feel like Lipinets has won a lot of the rounds. I feel like the 2 rounds where Lipinets got hurt were big Davies rounds, but once Lipinets came back and busted Davies' nose again, it seems like he's been putting the pressure and had the activity more so than Davies. And also, I feel like Lipinets won the early round. So I think Lipinets maybe, I would say comfortably ahead, but definitely definitively ahead in this fight so far.
He has the 1 knockdown of the fight.
Yeah, but he also seems like the one who's not taking the punches as well.
Yes, and that's the drama here. The drama is he could get knocked out because he's been hurt badly in this fight. I mean, if at the end of that round, if it was the middle of the round, he'd be gone already.
Lipinets, a former world champion at 140 pounds. Davies Jr., former Commonwealth, British champion, European champion. These guys have seen it all in the ring, and they're giving it big tonight.
Lipinets.
But that's what I mean. That was a huge shot, and Davies took it well. He got hurt with lesser punches earlier. Oh, man, Sergey is really looking for that home run shot. And then he gets rocked by a jab.
Russian. Oh, beautiful combination.
Davies took that well.
Russian fighter's got a new lease on life after shattering the nose of Davies Jr.
Do us a favor, guys. Stay away from the booth. Shooting blood all over the place.
We are getting sprayed with blood. That is an occupational hazard here at ringside. To me, it's worth it for a fight like this. You can always get dry cleaned.
I gotta start buying cheaper suits.
Never, Chris. I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, I've been surprised it even came out of my mouth.
Chris, the fashion plate of our group, we all appreciate it.
Trying to keep up with Marquez over there. On my well, he's looking sharp.
Don't even try.
Davies is now landing shots and looking to use the landed shots to catch a break and get out. He's got to follow up when he lands a good shot. He cannot afford to just trying to be touching and going because Lipinets has now taken back control of this fight, and Davies has to do something to try to regain that control. Oh, good shot there by Lipinets.
I haven't seen a lot of power punches.
It seems like the desire to win the fight is a little bit in the corner of Lipinets. Seems like he may want it a little more because it's becoming a battle of aggression and a battle of intention and attrition.
But again, like you said, the drama is there because it seems like any big shot from Davies can have Lipinets hurt.
Hello, how are you? Listen, yeah? Okay, listen, he's almost ready to go. Listen, I promise you. I don't want to see your chin. I just want a sharp 2. A sharp 2 is what it's going to do, yeah? Okay? Robert, I promise you, yeah?
As we try to clean up ringside, we are covered in blood, and that's why most of it from the nose there of Robbie Davies Jr. He's been managing it well, but his opponent, Sergey Lipinets, has been aggressive for the last few rounds. After knocking him down, seems like that reinvigorated Lipinets, who rocked at the end of round 3, rocked at the end of round 4. It's been drama from the beginning.
I thought he was going to need a dry cleaning. Is the referee? Look at his shirt.
That's not accurate anymore, by the way. Davies Jr. red, white, and gold trunks. They are just red and gold at the moment. Lipinets in the black and gold. Two fighters who talked about not being able to lose this fight.
Davies looks like he got some good advice in the corner. He's coming out a little more authoritative, landed a good right hand. He's become
great right hand from Lipinets.
Right in my face. Nice. Nice.
The price you pay sitting ringside in a fight like this.
Couldn't be closer to the action. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now, guys. This is a great fight. Oh, big body
shot, wow.
Body shot. Down goes Davies Jr. We talked about attrition. Does he have the will to get up? Back to his feet.
Absolute warrior. Let's see if Sergey can finish this up.
Can't question the heart.
Davies gets on his bicycle.
The fighter from Liverpool, but can he get back into this? He is on his bike, trying to get some space.
Oh, another body shot.
Won't allow a second knockdown of the round.
Another body shot. Looks to his corner for advice. Anthony Crolla, great coach.
Still half a round to go, guys.
A lot of time left. 90 seconds here.
That might look to put this one away.
That second knockdown might have been him still recovering from the body shot. Let's see.
Good call, champ. I mean, he did get hit with another body shot, but it seemed like he got it very much quicker the second time than the first.
He was up at 3. It was almost like he took a knee.
Oh, body shot again. Oh!
He's not punching back, though. He's got to hold. He's got to punch back or hold.
He's just trying to protect that rib cage.
Referee staying very close.
I mean, he's got body shots. He's bleeding from the nose. He's been in a war. Oh!
Big shot.
Lipinets.
Lipinets' eyes went up in his head with that shot.
Going back to the body, but unbelievable. Davies Jr. still firing back.
You can see in Davies' eyes, he's very focused here, fighting for his life. Got some respect from Lipinets. He's got to pick his spots now. He knows he cannot come in reckless.
Oh my God!
Lipinets gets rocked!
Knees just buckled. 25 seconds left to go in round number 8. Can you believe this fight?
Oh my God!
Davies Jr. has his man hurt. Can he finish him? 10 seconds left in the round.
God. If we get a better fight for this than fight of the year, this is a fantastic.
End of the round. And Lipinets loses his footing.
Yeah, suddenly he slipped on some water.
I mean, there's blood all over the ring, so.
Man, blood. Forget water, it was blood.
Blood all over the ring. Like literally all over the ring. Smeared blood. They got to get towels on this mat.
All over us. Gentlemen, absolutely unbelievable round.
I mean, looks
all over the refs.
Davies goes down twice from body shots. Looks like he might have taken a full 10 count on the first one. Gets up at the very last second. Goes down again, which to your two-point champ, that was probably what saved him. He goes down again from another little body shot here. Comes up quick, more recovered. Circles, gets on his bike, and then rocks Sergey Lipinets there, hits him with a good up jab, but later in the round it was a left hook, which has been the problem for Sergey all night long. Tries to finish him up, but Sergey survives. Unbelievable back and forth war.
And Davies Jr. hopped out of his stool, ready to go. Unbelievable performance so far from both of these fighters. Round number 9.
This is, I mean, in terms of scoring, yeah, Lipinets is way ahead. But this is any man's fight at this point.
Yeah, this fight could end at any point here.
But Davies Jr. has to know, like, a decision's out of reach here. It's 2 knockdowns in the last round. That makes 3 overall. He's not going to win a decision. Got to get back into it with a knockout. That's it.
And as much as a decision is out of reach, a KO win is within reach for Robbie.
It's right there.
For Robbie, excuse me. I don't know if Sergey has any other type of fight in him, though. He's got to be in the pocket and trading, and that's very dangerous for him. Davies is holding his ground now. No.
What do you do if you're Sergey? Do you continue to stalk, or do you try to coast to the end?
That's my point. I don't think he knows how to coast. And he's getting hurt by Robbie anyway.
As we say, a lot of fighters would go, hey, this one's in the bag as far as the decision goes. Angle, move, don't make a big mistake. That is not how Lipinets fights. To your point, champ.
Oh, good uppercut, penetrates the guard there. And of course, with a busted nose, that's going to have more effect. Good body shot there by Sergey as well, guys.
I mean, what is Robbie Davies made of, man? That kid's got more heart in his chest than 3 men.
That was the question going in with 2 fighters with their experience. Want to go 10 grueling rounds. They answered that about 5 rounds ago.
I mean, we talked about how this was a last chance effort for both these guys, and they are giving that type of effort.
They're fighting like their careers and their lives are on the line.
Sergey has tried to coast a little bit this round, it seems like. He's actually blocking punches rather than... Oh, my goodness. What a shot.
Accurate shot, splits the guard.
Davies' chin has gotten better. Lipinets has gotten worse.
That hook a few rounds ago was hurting Lipinets. Took that one much better.
Whoever wins this fight, actually, they both are going to get the Iron Man award after this one. But...
Davies spitting up blood out of his nose as he's in that clinch.
That's the thing, when you got a nosebleed that bad, it's draining down the back of your throat. It's not just coming out the front.
Lipinets on the outside, but still throwing power punches.
Who knew we'd still be here going into round 10?
No way. No chance I thought this fight would make it this far.
Lipinets was rocked at the end of round 3.
Badly rocked. Davies has been down 3 times. Down to the head with a broken nose and to the body twice.
One more to go, gentlemen. One more to go.
And yet here we are, about to go into the last round. What a fight.
I'm going to be exhausted after this fight.
Imagine them.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody here at the ProBox Event Center on the edge of their seats for round 10. For a fight we've been looking forward to for months. How could it deliver? Well, it has.
Oh, above and beyond. High expectations, and it's even higher.
Straight shots, body shots, right? Save the jaw, move your head. You understand me? Last round, everything you have is just not done. You fight like a motherfucker. You understand?
Everything you have, gentlemen. That's what he's done so far.
That's
everything that's left.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Is that good advice when he has it sold out on the cards?
Has a little bit of a Duba and Benton in the corner of Meldrick Taylor against Chavez. I don't know, man.
You need this.
Sometimes you gotta know how much your fighter has left too. Yeah, especially if the fight's in the bag.
Sergey just came out with a big leaping left hook, missed. Davies countered. Yeah, I agree with you, champ. I think he should be more conservative this round. He's got it. He's ahead. He scored the knockdowns. He's been setting up the punches better.
He's been hurt multiple times. Let's not forget that.
He gets hurt in exchanges, and he needs to, when he's jabbing and moving his head like that, but those are the punches. When he misses those big sweeping shots, Davies has been laser quick with the right hands.
And even the hooks, sneaky hooks in there.
Very sneaky, very sneaky.
And if anybody that remembers those instructions with Lou Duva and Georgie Benton in the Meldrick Taylor Chavez fight from 1990, I mean, for me, they cost Meldrick the fight.
Cost him a fight. Yep.
Cost his career.
Davies Jr. has to knock Lipinets out. He's been down 3 times in this fight.
And as great as a job as he's done in the corner every round with that badly damaged nose, it's less than a minute in, and that thing starts gushing again because Sergey keeps landing jabs on it. Ooh, big left hook.
It goes to show you the hunger of Sergey, though. You tell him he needs it. He's fighting like he needs it, even though he doesn't need it. He needs to just get through the round. But in his mind, if you've told him he needs it, look how hard he's fighting. This is directly from the heart, from his inner desire is to really, really get through this fight and get a bigger fight after this.
This has been him since the opening bell.
Yeah. Big heart from both guys, though. Because we talked about the big heart from Davies getting up off the canvas, rocking Lipinets himself. Oh, good body shot.
Thundering body shot.
Lipinets is hands are down. He's a pit bull. He doesn't know any other way.
I think Davies felt that body shot a few seconds ago, though. Yeah. Might be in half a recovery mode from that body shot.
He's going straight back. Not a lot of movement. This has been a very good, strong round for Lipinets. But Davies, man, showing great legs. He's moving. That marathon running certainly paying off here.
Yeah, but he's not staying active. I think that body shot hurt him, and he's still in recovery mode.
But he's still dangerous. This is when he's been able to rock. Oh, good body shot again.
The question is, how much will Lipinets put into this last 40 seconds to get the finish over Robbie Davies Jr., who has been a Fight of the Year candidate for sure.
Even this last round has been fought at a high pace. These guys are absolutely in amazing condition, both of them.
Seconds left in a fight. Robbie Davies said, I can't afford to lose.
I don't think Davies has nothing left, man. He's just trying to make it to the end at this point.
But Lipinets has been a warrior tonight. His power was the difference throughout this fight. And we will see the final bell, despite anything we would have thought at the end of round 3.
I mean, what a fight. This is a standing ovation type fight. Oh my goodness.
Both these gentlemen gave everything tonight. Wow. Shattered nose, down 3 times for Robbie Davies Jr. Sergey Lipinets rocked multiple times.
Out on his feet.
At least twice. Once, yeah. I would say 2 or 3 times. As you said, Paulie, his eyes went in the back of his brain. He was seeing what he was thinking.
Sometimes when that jab, just on the jabs that were landing, Sergey's head would roll up. You know, Sergey's eyes would roll up into his head, just on the jabs, and that just kind of worries you going forward for Sergey. Has he been in too many tough fights? Has he been in, you know, what's the price you're willing to pay for these big paydays going forward?
But after a fight like tonight, because you want to see him again, he entertained the crowd.
I mean, do you want to see him in a step-up fight after he's been hurt twice in a fight like this, and with punches that really shouldn't have hurt him?
Champ, nobody wins a fight in pro box and ends their career, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, this fight, I mean, just watch. Just incredible back and forth action. Sergey was showing his class early on. It looked like he was getting into cruise control, and then bang, that left hook catches him. And Sergey's legs get heavy and wobbly. Davies follows up, has him hurt very, very badly at the end of round 3.
Yeah, and both of these guys really can hold their heads high after tonight's fight. You know,
like I said, both men get the Iron Man award tonight.
Gentlemen, I'm very, very curious. Is it a matter of if he had hurt him earlier in the round, in both instances, was this fight over? The unfortunate timing of hurting him late.
But listen, this fight could have ended multiple times from both directions at many different points, various points throughout. I mean, they both showed a tremendous amount of heart. I mean, I don't believe in luck. I don't really believe in fate. It's just these guys are just warriors, and it's just what happened. This is what happens. We can peel everything else away.
It was bloody. It was courageous. It was at times technical. It was a beautiful fight for 10 rounds. Savage and beautiful.
Ooh, savage, yeah. Symphony of violence. Absolutely insane fight.
I probably would have given you good money that he would have stayed down with that first body shot.
Yeah,
he chose to get up.
That was vicious.
Respect shown. You have to show respect after an absolute war like that. We'll make it official with Jim Sorensen right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is ProBox TV. Tell these fighters what you thought of this fight. After 10 grueling rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Joe Ware scores this bout 95 to 92. Judge Brian Gary scores this bout 96 to 91, and Judge Joanne Richards scores this bout 98 to 89 for your winner by unanimous decision, Sergey Lipinets.
The right man won by unanimous decision. 3 knockdowns in the fight. That will not do this fight. The scores won't do this fight justice.
No, no. I mean, I don't even know if watching this fight on TV will do it justice. Being in here this fight was absolutely insane. I actually cannot wait to go back to my room and watch this fight. It was that good.
On Joe Ware's card, though, would have been a draw without the knockdowns. I mean, I don't know if Davies won 5 rounds. I mean, I'm saying I don't want to make the weird judges ruin an otherwise incredible.
I agree with you guys. Yeah, it would have been a split decision.
These are always things that worry you. I don't know, man. But the right guy won 3. This is why you put the insurance policy of the knockdowns in the bag, and then Sergey gets the decision. And even I think it was closer to actually the 98 score, 89 scorecard, because I thought Robbie hurt Sergey bad in 2 rounds, but I don't know that he won other rounds. I mean, he was getting pushed back a lot. You know, it was the round where Sergey dropped him twice. He did hurt Sergey at the end of the round, but that's not a round you can give Robbie because he's been dropped twice. So I don't know.
ridiculous.
Weird scorecards.
And one thing about Lipinets is we wondered how he would look at 140 pounds. He looked good, certainly durable, right? But you said he ate some shots.
Some worrisome things.
I don't think he looked durable. I think he showed a lot of heart. I showed you a lot of conditioning. You know, cutting him down in weight, a lot of times guys, their gas tank won't be as good. His gas tank was fantastic, but his chin was not very good. Davies is a good puncher. He's not a world-class puncher that way. So seeing how often that Lipinets was hurt, a little concerning, like you said, Champ.
May 22nd, we're looking forward to another war in our main event. That's right. Surprised a little bit by the American flags. Two Eastern Europeans going at it. That always means technique, durability, hard punches, and looking for the knockout in the super lightweight division. That's going to be a fun one. Join us in 2 weeks on ProBox TV, or come on out and see it live. If you came out tonight, you are like us, covered in blood. That's what happens. But it was that kind of night tonight. We saw young talent on display. We saw some undefeated records extended for all of us here at ProBox TV. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.